Hello. My name's Sam, and I was going to tell you a little bit about my story. So, on the 29th of June 2017, at 19 years old, I stupidly dived into a river and broke my neck at around C5. No, not around. At C5, C6, which is around that area-ish. Um, that has left me paralysed from sort of chest down, no hand function, but able to move my arms more and more each day. Um, if I go back just a little bit to before the accident, I had been studying at college for 2 years, doing a carpentry level 1 and 2 NVQ. Really enjoyed that and passed that well. At the same time, I had been working in a joinery shop, and I'd make sort of doors, windows, kitchens, things like that, and I really loved that. I had just bought a van that I wanted to convert into a camper van. Now, that's still my dream, and I'm hoping to accomplish that. And yeah, so that is before my accident. Then on the night of the accident, me and a few mates went out for a bike ride, had a few beers. That's how most of these stories start. And at the end of the night, we decided to stop off at a river quickly, not far from home. And me and one of my other friends decided to swim. Now, I stupidly dived in head first and broke my neck. Luckily, he didn't. He stepped in feet first, like he should, and thank God then he and the other boys were able to save me. So they pulled me out of the river, and then they was able to call an ambulance, and that after I told them that I could not feel any of my body. I then spent 2 weeks in ITU up Norwich Hospital, and they were really good there, really looked after me. And I, at that point, could not move anything. And remember very little from that point. Little bits come back here and now and then even. And then after 2 weeks of being there, I got airlifted to Sheffield Northern General Hospital. I spent another 2 weeks in critical care. Then I got moved to the spinal ward, where I spent about another 5 months. I think in total from my injury, I spent about 6 weeks on my back, to which at that point I had a halo fitted around my head, which is basically a stabilization device to keep your neck straight so that it heals itself rather than having to be operated on. And I had the halo on for probably around 12 weeks, which was, felt like a very long time, and it's very hard because all I could move was my eyes. At that point, I didn't really have any arm function at all. But that halo allowed me to get up and sit into a chair, which was just absolutely amazing when I could finally sit up and I was being pushed about, but it was just so good to be up and about, and also it's summer, so we could go and sit out in the sun and just enjoy the sun and the sound of the birds and just all the little things actually that you take for granted and you never stop to look at. So there's lots of things to be grateful for with my injury, because there's definitely things that I think have made me a better person and opened my eyes really to sort of how much we rush about really life before our injury. So yeah, once my halo came off after about 12 weeks, I then started physio or rehab downstairs from the ward that I was staying in, and I would do that 3 times a week. And my first activity was I would have my arm hung in a sling like this, and my job was just to try and push it backwards and forwards a little bit to get it swinging. That was sort of step 1, and that sort of escalated and got a little stronger and a little stronger, and then we moved on to other things. But it wasn't till almost the end of hospital where I could just about lift my hand up off my lap, really struggling. But so it's a very long, slow journey, which is very hard to deal with at times, but also super rewarding, because you could spend months just trying to do something simple like, to start with is lifting my hands up a little bit. Then if I could get them to there, to there, finally you can touch your head, you can scratch your own face, and that's such an amazing feeling, because it's just another accomplishment. All these things are so huge, and they really do make you a lot more sort of grateful for all the little things really. So yeah, that was pretty much my time in hospital. When I got home on the 14th of December 2017 still, so sort of relatively short stay in hospital compared to some, and you sort of think that you're going to go back to a normal life, or I certainly did, although I did know it'd be different, but it was very different. And luckily I've got great support network of family and friends that I really wouldn't have got through these times without. So it, much like times like now with the COVID about, family and friends is everything, and they've really helped me, and also lots of other people that have helped me as well. So yeah, it's a long journey, but there's a lot to be grateful for. And then really my physio and rehab is just ongoing, constantly trying to get stronger, new movements, a bit more range of motion, a bit better balance, things like that. So one thing that's really helped, there's an amazing trust out there, the RS Trust, a couple of lovely people, Andy and Marianne, and they helped me with my physio to start with. I went up to Prime Physio in, near Cambridge. There's an amazing place, and I think, once I came home, my my recovery really sort of escalated quickly and really fired up, and I started seeing lots of improvement quicker, which was great, and I learned a lot of things that I could do at home. So yeah, I was trying to think what else. I think that basically that is really my story in short-ish, not that short, but so thank you for listening. See you later.